I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, are there any additions or corrections to the agenda?
So moved.
Okay, motion been made by Gal. Is there a second to that motion? Nobody wants. I'll second it, so we'll get to a vote.
Sorry.
Roll call. Gal.
Aye.
Bell.
Aye.
Kaufman.
Aye.
And Dearborn, aye. Minutes. Any additions or corrections to the minutes?
So moved.
Okay, motion been made by Eller, or by Kaufman,
Second.
second by Bell. Roll call. Kaufman.
Aye.
Bell.
Aye.
Gal.
Aye.
Eller. Absent. Dearborn, aye. Payroll. Any questions on the payroll? There are none. May I have approval of.
So moved.
So motion's been made by Bell, second by Gal. Roll call. Bell.
Aye.
Gal.
Aye. Kaufman.
Aye.
Dearborn, aye. Stanwood Drainage District. We need to go into that. Tim's shaking his head yes, so I need a motion to go to a Stanwood Drainage District.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made by Kaufman, second by Bell. Roll call. Kaufman.
Aye.
Bell.
Aye.
Gal.
Aye.
Dearborn, aye. We're in Stanwood Drainage District.
Okay, I did what we were talking about the other day. So I took the plan out, and I'm in the 2010, and I already started this is the notice of intent, and the only part left that needs to be done is exactly what work needs to be done. I didn't have exactly that, and that's what I need. So I'm going to leave this to you, and then you guys fill that out, get it to me, and then all we got to do is send this forward. And then you might want to verify the dollar amount. I've said $150,000. Okay. And down here on the bottom, it asks in the plan section page, etc., that the mitigation measures that will be identified. So on page 84 of our plan, I put this under goals 1, protect health and safety of residents. Goal 2, reduce future loss from hazard events. And it's 2.2 and 2.3. And then on page 87 of our plan, we have a mitigation alternatives that talks about when we did our plan of what we're going to address. So in the plans, the first one I think is pretty simple. You're just going to stop stormwater systems and drainage improvements, which is listed in 2.1. And then 2.2, we're going to do a drainage study, so you can get your engineering stuff, and a stormwater master plan, which that will be part of, and that's listed in there. And then at 2.3, we got listed drainage districts. So it's in our plan in 3 different areas. Mitigation measures and actions for these objectives to improve the land, agriculture, and sanitation purposes within the Stanwoods Sanitary District. Prevent flooding of Highway 38, a major roadway within Cedar County for north-south travel for all goods and materials. That's what I thought we were going to prevent. So,
And also the railroad bridge.
okay, and we can add that in there. So when I get that, if you add that in there, then we send this off to the mitigations@iowa.gov. They'll give us an answer back in probably under 45 days, I would say, but I'll call Linda and ensure what the time frame is. And then all this will do, this is not the application, this is just going to tell us that they're going to secure the funds. If it comes back approved, then the funds are set there for us, then we'll do the application.
Now this is for the open ditch.
This is for the whole thing, I said.
Well, it'd be the open ditch.
The open ditch.
Yeah, the open ditch is part of it, but aren't you going to go north some? You had like 3 fingers on that, did I not remember?
Well, we'll go back up to the original.
Yep.
Start.
And I would
Which
say
is
you
the
put the
open
whole
ditch.
project in this. And I don't know if 150,000 is enough. It's just an estimate. I'd rather be over and come under than be under and go back and ask for more. So, questions? I just want to let you guys know where we're at on that.
So we need to fill that out, or?
Yeah, I just need you to know the work and then add that one thing to that. You want to do that?
Yeah.
And I put his name in, and I can put you as a secondary if you want, but I put him, and how I did it, it's the Stanwoods Drainage District. The point of contact is John. The point of contact and community agency is Cedar County Board of Supervisors, Tipton, Iowa. The email I used, Bev, is BOS@cedarcounty.gov. The phone number I used, across the hall because you guys aren't here all the time, so I had ring in the carry, and then I put 150,000.
And then John's gonna fill out the rest of it?
Yeah, and if you get it back to me, I already got it saved, and then I'll just email him. Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Are you busy later this morning?
No, you can. Well, I'll be down there doing mitigation plans, but yeah, no, we can do that. And that's.
I mean, stop down.
Yeah.
Knock it out.
But I just wanted to let you know where we're at on that, where it fits in this plan, because I don't want someone to say, "Where's it at?" So you have to address it, exact pages and everything in there.
So-
That's why it's so important that we do the mitigation plans like we're doing now, the way we did this. The one thing you look in here though, and so it doesn't confuse anyone, when you look under the mitigation for drainage districts, it says, and everybody looks under Stanwood right away, it's not listed there. The drainage districts in the county, look under the county. Okay, it's just named Stanwood, but it's in the county, so it's under the county portion. State moved that one up.
Okay.
So you're saying it's in the current plan
Yeah,
and has been for the last 5 years?
yeah. The one approved, because you have to put the approval date of the plan, it was January 2011. Because that's the one they're gonna pull out, it's on the shelf, and verify all our information.
Okay, real fine. Thank you, Tim.
Yep.
We do have 2 sets of minutes that way
And
around.
I had approved the December 4th minutes the other day, but then I was looking through some minutes or something, and I noticed, the motion on this notice of interest wasn't included in the December 4th minutes that you looked at, so if you could, these probably revised, and these are from the 9th.
Okay, so somebody wants to move.
You want both of them?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move to the minutes of all.
Motion's been made by Kaufman, is there a second on the motion?
Second.
Second by Gal. Any discussion on it? Kaufman.
Aye.
Gal.
Aye.
Bell.
Aye.
And Deborah, aye.
Thank you.
Okay, is there anything else coming before the Stanwood Drainage District?
I haven't gotten any email from Don yet on.
Okay, when the meeting's over, make sure to call him and find out where that cash flow on that spread, the Excel is going to send to us. Okay, anything else? If there's nothing else, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn back to regular session.
So move.
Okay, the motion's been made by Kaufman, is there a second on that motion?
Second.
Second by Bell, roll call. Kaufman.
Aye.
Bell.
Aye.
Gal. Aye. Deborah, aye. We're back in regular session. Discussion of secondary road proposed facility. Rob's gonna take care of that. Discussion decision regarding preparation of fiscal year 15-16 budgets. Everybody's got the sheet on
That
that.
memo, there's a copy I gave to everybody.
Babe, I don't have one.
Well, it's just the memo from last year. I mean, I can give it to
Oh,
you.
the
The
old
old
one.
one, I can give it to you when
Yeah,
they're done
okay.
with it.
The first one, the wage increase, we're gonna go with the comp study wages, correct? That's what we voted for. Mileage reimbursement, 47 cents, what's the feds, Bev?
I don't know.
Gas is down right now.
I can see if I can find it.
Yeah, so you can find it. You wanna stay with the board will accept budgeting figures for up to 2 employees per department to attend all ISAC sessions? You wanna leave that in? Okay. FICA and IFRS and that's all
I
set.
crossed out there is a change in IFRS, so
Yeah,
that's what I crossed
924.
through.
Health insurance, we'll find out next week or the following week from Bill Lenore. Dental insurance is the same, so that stays. So we gotta figure out the postage and the mileage.
It says here, beginning January 1st,
You
50 cents,
finding it?
yeah.
You finding it?
50 cents on.
Mike?
Oh, wait a minute, this says 57.5 for 15 for business.
Oh, for 50, okay. Must have raised another penny
How
and a
much
half.
was that? 57?
I'm
Federal
not sure
mileage
that's the
rate?
federal though. Higher information about IRS.
For some reason, it's taken a while to come up.
Yeah, the 2014 is 56, but I don't know what 2015 is.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah,
2015
50 cents, we were
doesn't-
at 47 cents last year, so.
That's says 57 and a half.
57 and a half. Did you want to raise the mileage in? We've never been up to the federal level. Otherwise,
I'd leave it the same.
Huh?
I'd leave it the same.
Leave it the same? Okay. Postage, is that going up?
Postage, the girls have not heard of any rate increases. Now, this last year, you had in budget 50 cents, so you must have thought there was gonna be one. Our metered mail is 48 cents on the meter. 49 when you have a stamp, but our meter rate is 48.
Okay, so then everything's done on that, right? 'Cause the first
So
one's
what do
comp's
you
done.
wanna do anything on the wage thing, just leave that? Or
Well,
what
they
do
need
you
to
wanna
have-
put, what do you wanna put
Comp.
up there?
They need to have something put in for budgeting purposes.
Well, the comp study took care of all the wages, did they?
They did, but what do we put in for, I guess they could put in what the comp does, but that doesn't take care of everybody.
Took care of everybody but the elected officials. Did you want to take up the elected officials now, or you, and Betty's not here, but,
Well, for budgeting purposes is all we're doing.
okay. What's the board's feeling on the compensation board's recommendation? They recommended 5% across the board for all the elected officials. And we could set the wages, the increase for all the elected officials except for the supervisors, and we can freeze ours if we wanted, it's separate. What's the board's wish?
I think we used what's in here for the budgeting purposes.
You gonna go with the 5%?
No, I said I want to use what's in here for budgeting purposes from
What's
the
in
last
this
year's
memo?
memo.
But there's nothing in here for the elected officials.
Well, then,
The-
But we can always change that, can't we?
Well, isn't that covered by that wage line item?
yes, it is. For
2.5%?
budgeting purposes, that's what it means.
So we start with everybody at 2.5, and then we can see what the effect is if we increase them. Is that what you're saying?
We can increase later on the elected officials if we want, or decrease ours if we want.
For budgeting purposes. Okay, we'll leave it at that?
So leave it as is, just change the
Okay,
fiscal year.
everything stays the same then, correct? Okay? So we can get that out
So
for
you
the
want me to go ahead
departments
and
and start
send it
budgeting.
out?
Yep. Okay, we have 2 handwritten warrants. One is from the sheriff's office down there for $4,639 for the electric utilities.
Going back to this, what are we going to use for health insurance?
Don't know until he comes in. He's coming in on that.
Well, this memo goes out to the department heads, and they have to have something to start with, so we usually put something in here.
Okay,
That's
put
what
in
it's all about.
2%, because he said 2% last week,
Okay,
didn't he?
then that's what we should put in.
Okay, put in 2%.
So down at that memo,
Well, we'll find out for sure next week.
you want me to cross through mileage reimbursement rate, cause you've already
Yeah.
kind of, or do you have official motion on that, do you want me to leave that?
They want to leave it at 47 cents.
So leave that, you want that left in here?
Yep. For budgeting purposes.
And then the health insurance, you want me to put something in there about 2%?
2% they want.
Budget 2%, and then,
Did he say dental was gonna stay the same for
Yes.
sure?
We already approved that.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
so put in health insurance, budget 2%, and then leave this statement about final decisions will be at a later date.
Yep. Okay, we have a handwritten warrant from the sheriff's department for $4,639 for electric utility in the city of Tipton, or all utilities, I guess.
You know why that's late, Bev?
Ask Warren back there, he's sitting back there.
You know that's late.
Fairly certain I sent that up last week, but I'm not sure. What does it say when we got it?
File stamp.
It's not stamped.
What's our file date on it? It's not there.
File date is 8th of September.
of December in the auditor's office. That's when we got it Monday. And they didn't give it to me till after the board adjourned on Tuesday, because it was in our claims basket instead of on my desk. Got thrown in with the other claims. So.
As soon as I got it, I signed it and sent it up here.
So who gets that to you?
Brenda.
So is there something that's holding that up?
I don't know. She's supposed to be file stamping it when we get it, and apparently that didn't happen. So.
And you sign it too?
Do I sign it?
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah, it's on the front page there.
Oh, I see, but you didn't sign the bills separately.
No, I don't sign that.
Anyway, it's due before our next claims cycle, so.
Move to approve.
Okay, the motion been made by Bell. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Second by Kaufman. Roll call. Bell.
Aye.
Kaufman.
Aye.
Gall.
Aye.
Dearborn, aye. And we have another one for the county attorney's office, $200 to Matt Jackson.
Okay.
Meals for state witnesses, the state versus Stein.
Janelle told me they have somebody flying in, and this is coming from their drug forfeiture money. And they are giving this money to Matt to distribute to this witness, and he will keep all the receipts.
Move to approve.
Okay, the motion been made by Bell. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Gall. Roll call. Bell.
Aye.
Gall.
Aye.
Kaufman.
Aye.
And Dearborn, aye. Julie.
This is the wraparound agreement that I had spoke to you briefly about for the children through DCAT money that could come to the counties to help with psychiatric evaluations, co-pays for prescriptions. If they meet our eligibility guidelines, there's a short application we're going to have the families fill out, and then we can work directly with the pharmacy or the provider that's providing the evaluation and pay for those services for children that need that, but the families can't afford it. So I have the agreement. Adam in the attorney's office looked it over. We talked about it yesterday. He's comfortable with the wording in the agreement. It would be with Muscatine County. They'll distribute the money. They'll receive the money from DCAT, and then they'll distribute our portion. We're going to be receiving $15,000 to put towards this program to work with children. So I just need signature today that it's okay to enter into this.
You need a motion to approve it.
I think we discussed the last time that it was that we would move forward with it, but if you want to do both. I'm not sure we did a formal approval on that the last time when we spoke about it. So.
Move to approve. Have chair sign the agreement.
Okay, the motion been made by Bell. Is there a second to that motion?
So moved. Or
Second by Kaufman. Any more discussion? Roll call. Bell. Kaufman.
Aye.
Gall.
Aye.
Aye.
One thing I did, this won't be in the mental health fund, so I will be working with Carrie on how we set that up, but because it don't work with children in that fund, so.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that way I can send an original, and we can keep an original. Okay, get that to you, Beth.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Shirley.
Okay. Committee reports. Fred, anything?
I had a fair board meeting. Here's the financials. There was probably about, I'm going to guess, 25 people that came in. They're looking for a race promoter, and these were all people associated with racing cars and things. And there was a girl, I didn't catch her name, said that last year was an incredible year for bringing the racing standards up to snuff, and really complimented Rodney for it. They want him back. I don't know if that's going to happen, but they are looking at another race promoter, and there was some discussion about this person. They weren't sure if this person that they were talking about, if they were going to come up and race, if he would become the promoter. They did agree, the fair board, that they would have a decision by January 1st. Some improvements were discussed. They're going to tear out some cement. I think it's by the grandstands, make that better. They talked about the racetrack, because I reported on that last month. It's becoming too round, and that's what they're going to do to shape that up to make it more oval, and that's where the dirt work's going to come into play. They talked a lot about people complaining at the races about the sun, and they talked about getting some netting that a lot of people use in the grandstands. It's not too expensive. They're looking into that. Most of the committees are going to meet after the first year, so there wasn't a lot to report on the buildings and grounds and Floral Hall. The rodeo, they're still working out details on that. Home Free Band, the real popular band that came last year, I don't think they'll be back because they got a good deal last year on them, and I don't think it's going to be such a good deal this year with the price. And they're working out a lot of details about the entertainment. That's all that I have.
Thank you. John?
Had a SEDCO meeting Tuesday night. We brought up the insurance quote that we got from Heartland. We will probably hold off on doing anything at least till their new year, which is 7/1. So that's kind of the track that we're going with that. We dived into the discussion about changes in bylaws, or actually developing bylaws. The draft that we had, we talked about some things on that, but we wanted to discuss it. Didn't look quite right. This is all tentative stuff, so the number that we put in is there'll be one representing each participating community, and then up to 3 at-large members. With a 4-year term, maximum of a 4-year term, and then they would have to leave the board for 1 year before they're eligible for re-election to the board, or eligible to not necessarily re-election, but be put back on the board. Let's see. We decided to go with a chair, vice chair, and secretary treasurer combination position. That person would be then responsible for oversight of the treasurer duties and secretary duties, even though our folks in the office do most of the work, they would do most of the oversight in that. And then cleaning up some of the language as far as those different positions too. We talked about audit and what we may do that with that language, and we deleted some other language that was in here, but basically just spent a lot of time working on that, and then our draft will then take that and present that to the board members for the next meeting. We did not go with election of new chair or new personnel committee, because we decided to make that as part of the bylaws to be done in January. So that'll be done at the next meeting. The office manager has a 1-year anniversary coming up, and so the personnel committee is going to meet next week and make recommendations as to raise and then do the actual evaluation with her. So next meeting is January 13th. The executive director report was basically he's got a lot of training yet with Iowa State to get in this month. And he did mention that Shop Cedar went really well. We got 200 and I think they got around 225 of those brochures out, and got a lot of good comments from several of the communities, and we just hope to build on that. So that's it.
Is he going to the Eastern Iowa Tourism up there?
I don't know. I don't know that.
Okay, Jeff? Nothing? I have nothing. Okay, is there anything else coming before the board?
I do have a consortium meeting I'd like to go to, which I'll have time, so.
Anybody?
You want to bring it up today?
Go ahead real quick. Well, just real quickly, the 15th of January, which is on Thursday, is the G191 course that I think all of you, it's a follow-up to the 775 we did earlier. The interface between the cities and the EOC. It's going to talk about how they request support. That is a class that will last 7 hours. Okay? And then on the 30th of January and the 31st of January, we will do the 700-100 training. And that's for all your groups that have to have it done by 1 July, or they can go online to get it. That class will start 8:30 in the morning, both days. And the 700 class will go prior to lunch, then after lunch will be the 100 course each day. You travel, you only have to attend one, but we have one during the week, so the cities can send their people, and then we have a weekend date, so people that have jobs can come in on Saturday and do the class. Instructor for that is Mitch Normeister. He's the gentleman that came down and did it when you first got your wing, I think. Yeah. 5 years, 4 years ago? 4 years. 5. Yeah. But he was one of the active commanders during the Parkersburg tornado. So he'll be doing that the 30th and the 31st. Big conference room downstairs here in the courthouse. The one on the 15th at the Law Center.
What time does that start on the 15th?
8:30. 9 o'clock, 8:30.
Same time as our board meeting.
We have to have 7 hours.
And
And we're bringing the state Homeland Security instructor in and one other instructor. But that's what they need to meet the requirements.
So don't schedule anything for that day, the 15th.
And Tim had me, he asked me to send that notice out on that training on the 30th, 31st to these people that you sent the letter about having the class training. So I did that yesterday.
And I put it, sent it to the newspapers and asked them to run it as a public notice for the next 2 days.
And this, you'll get it to the cities.
January.
All the cities already have it.
Yeah, the 15th
With
of January.
flyers. All cities, all emergency responders.
New elected officials.
Yep, it says elected officials and everything. So we'll
That's
send
the
that
new
out. It's open
officer
to the
school,
public too.
so Don won't
The 15th is open to about 35 people, and so is the, we can handle around 30 to 35 on each class.
Dawn won't be here because she'll be out at the ISAC school.
Dawn's done.
Okay.
I'm done.
She's already got 700, 100 done.
Oh, yeah, I have all those done.
The 191, she already called, she already emailed me that she wouldn't be here for that one. I told her.
I have all those three.
I told her that she was copping out. She'd hanging around with coffee too much.
So Tim, if somebody's on a, like if one of us is on a board that's had the 100, 700, 800, that board, that organization is covered. Okay, tell me how that.
Someone in that leadership has to be there too.
Okay.
You do not count for the leadership. You're a liaison there.
As long as you're, what if your leadership there?
Yeah.
If you go away, do they have someone there? I mean, that's up to you guys, but do they have someone? I would say you need 2 people from every place. It's just an introduction, how it works, how it fits in. That's why we're wanting them to do this. Every time I've called organizations, all I hear is, we have no idea what you're talking about. We don't know how to put in, so we don't want to participate. This eliminates that. And especially if we have a big one, and you're going to need all those people. That was the whole purpose of this. I will tell you, we're going to be watched closely because this is a thought going around the whole state that if it works here, they want this to work here because it's going to be something adopted in all the counties. At the state level, they're like, this is awesome. It's about time someone realized they need to do this. So we're under the microscope again.
Well, if we don't schedule anything for that day, we can probably all come down then to it.
Yeah, that'd be great for you guys on the 191, but the 700 and 100, I know all you guys are going. But if you want to come, that's fine. I was thinking Jeff could sponsor the 30th and Brad could sponsor the 31st.
Thanks.
This went around the other day.
Just passing the wealth.
Do you want me, Carrie wondered if you really wanted that to go out to all departments, or if you wanna just make suggestions yourself?
Well, draft it. Safety committee can make.
Well,
they
who are
just-
the two signatures?
Your safety committee?
Two signatures.
Well, unless you want to send it around, I don't send it around.
But they have oversight.
That's a rough draft of the safety.
John, the new Sedco guy.
Carrie wondered if you really wanted to send that out.
You should probably
Sedco
check
guy
with
down there.
Leanne, because she was out at that meeting last
Cedar.
Thursday, and she went to the
Mike,
safety
she
meeting,
did.
and they had, they talked about that.
So
rough
that's Friday.
draft.
Have you talked to them yet?
So check with
I see,
Leanne,
here,
see if she wants to send it around.
Are you checking with him?
Yeah, I can.
Did you send him an
Okay.
email?
Yeah, I'll talk to
I
him.
have another
Okay.
question.
Okay.
On the boards and commissions, I'm trying to get ready for the new year, and you have some boards with people with terms expiring that you will be reappointing or looking for somebody or appointing people. In the past, you've had me call those departments and ask if these people are still interested in serving again. The ones with the marks beside them. Do you want me to ask departments to do that again?
Yes, I would say so. What's your guys' opinion? Is that okay? All of them, marks are the ones that she'd have to check on.
They're ones with terms.
Each department can check on their own then. Then get back to Bev on it, and we can appoint them at the first of the year.
Eminent domain, I didn't put anything beside them, we usually just have reappointed.
Okay with you? Is it okay with you? Okay. Yes.
If it's okay, I'd like to take about 2 minutes of your time. My name's Richard Harmson, and my wife.
Rich, you get us in the hot seat.
Oh. Excuse me. My name's Rich Harmson, my wife Marjorie. We're from Durant, and we're in the planning stages of a trail from Durant to Wilton. So far, we've just established a mission statement: connect Durant to Wilton, 2 towns, 2 school districts, to the development of a public multi-trail for their educational experiences, health, enjoyment opportunities. Both towns and school districts can take pride in enriching the lives and welfare of today's future generations of all ages. It's kind of our mission statement. And we've talked with the Advocate News in Wilton. They're going to put an article in the paper next week. We want to establish a committee and see if we can't bring this trail to fruition from Grant to Wilton. We're going to visit with Chris Ball, the city administrator at Wilton, this afternoon, and it's going to be a 10-foot wide trail, and after we get volunteers for a committee, then hopefully we can figure out which direction we want this trail to go and proceed for.
Were you gonna run it along the highway, or?
Part of that will be along there. And
So you got to get permission from the DOT.
That's correct.
They're right.
Like I say, it's just in the planning stages, and it'll probably be a 3 to 4 year project that I want to talk with Cedar County engineer and the Muscatine County engineer. My wife and I attended a Muscatine Trails meeting, and they have all kinds of trails down there. They're working on one from Buffalo to Davenport, and then they're working on one from Muscatine to Louisa County. And we brought up that we'd like to put this trail in from Durant to Wilton. It's on the bi-state future planning, and so that's a plus in our favor. So Wilton right now, they're putting a new addition on they're moving their grade school kids, and they're wanting to put a wide sidewalk down to the main main Fifth Street there that goes through the town, and I'm thinking possibility that when we lay this plan out, that we can hook onto that, and it'll get the kids right to school. Or right now, our track kids and that, they run down the roads, and I'm thinking this will be a good area to keep them off. Plus, we have the golf course and the swimming pool in between Grant and Wilton, and it'll be a safe route there. And I'm thinking that if we get the okay from Chris Ossenberg there at Suncourt, we could possibly take it through the the area there that's a wetland area, and there's a lot of funding out there for wetland areas. And but like I say, our committee will get together and try to figure it out, and eventually down the road everybody will know what's going on. So I just wanted to bring that up at this time.
Are you envisioning this for bicycles too?
Oh yeah, so it's a multi-use trail. I think it'll fit in with the state's healthier citizens and everything else.
If the track kids can use that, that'll be a lot safer situation.
Sure.
I think so too, the cross country and everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to thank you for, if you have any other questions, I'll be free to help you out with whatever you may.
Well, we have somebody down in that area now, gonna come on the board that could be, maybe,
Keep it
Right.
interesting.
You're on the committee.
But anyway,
Committee, they said.
I'm not sure how many trails Cedar County has, but I think we're behind the curve on that, especially Muscatine County. But then they have the river down, the river down there, and but I'm thinking we get everything kind of, if we could possibly get everything tied in, it's going to make everything a lot nicer for our state and everything. So.
Ours would be what, 5 miles? Is that right?
Yeah, it's 5 miles from Grant to Wilton. It could vary a couple, 2 or 3 tenths, depending on how you run that route from the schools. So, but I think it'll be a plus for Cedar County and Muscatine County and our 2 schools. So, I thank you for your time.
Rich, is this going to be a natural trail, no blacktop, no concrete?
Well, we want to have it asphalt again, maybe some sections where it's concrete. We have visited with the Eldridge city administrator, and they put a walk path in from Eldridge to Long Grove, and that's all concrete. But as far as track kids go, it's better to run on asphalt. But the way they worked it out is Eldridge maintains it up to about a halfway point, and then Long Grove maintains that about halfway. So I think if we can get Wilton involved in this, that we'll be able to get this project done. So, thank you.
We're fine, thank you. Okay, is there anything else coming before the meeting? What's on for the agenda then for Tuesday, Beth?
Tuesday, December 16th, the agenda is open, nothing on
Okay.
there.
Okay.
I'm assuming you'll be going into the drainage district session because you hope to have it, something going in.
Okay, if there's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion been made by Kaufman, is there a second to that motion?
second.
Second by Dale, all in favor? Opposed? We're adjourned.
Which of you board members would like this bag? Anybody? John?
Hey, Rich.
What's that?
Jeff, anybody want this
I
bag?
have
I
two.
don't have to do any kind of hard stand throw wetland.
Okay.
And blacktop is bad, the blacktop is bad on runners. Hard, it's a different type, very expensive. Cedar, Cedar and stone.
Yeah.
Mike Boyle brought that in.
Yeah.
It's permanent. You can get.
That's right. West Branch wanted to, when they did their.
I don't know why he-
They were talking about
We have money in there?
redoing that.
Oh, yeah, we have 10,000.
Blacktop.
Yeah, that's part of that budget.
And they were
So it's
back.
I'm
okay.
just wondering why he,
Otherwise you make it
I wonder why.
Okay.
The other thing you're
Wonder
gonna
why
wanna
it
do
rusted.
is you're gonna wanna meet with those councils.
Oh, because, okay. Yeah, no,
Because
actually, to be honest with you, we've got 10. That's the
So it's
first
gonna
bill.
be debris removal from the ditch.
We'll, believe me, we'll
We'll go ahead and pay it, right?
we'll be at 10,
Oh,
we'll be begging for
original.
more.
Okay.
Won't get it.
That's why